Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to recap Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. And what a finish, man. The Seattle scores 5 runs there in the 8th inning. You know, they had that, once again, another early home run that took an early lead. And Eugenio Suarez and Cal Raleigh were really the two heroes of this ball game. Eugenio Suarez had 2 homers, including the biggest swing of the ball game in the 8th inning. But Cal Raleigh hit the tying home run. It's kind of the same these last 2 games ago. You know, the early start by the Mariners with like a home run, but then wasn't the 3rd inning this time, but the 5th inning, the 6th inning, the Blue Jays were able to get one back in the 5th, and then take the lead in the 6th. But then that 8th inning got to them, man. They give up a 2-run solo home run to Cal Raleigh, and then a grand slam to Eugenio Suarez. Just clutch moments. That crowd in Seattle was rocking. It was the camera was shaking. It was just hot in Seattle, man. Phenomenal game. Yeah, you know, Seattle strikes first, but then Toronto strikes back, and I'm like, oh man, the Mariners are going to lose all 3 games at home. But then Cal Raleigh hits the solo home run, and then the grand slam by Eugenio Suarez. You know, when they traded for him, he hasn't really been good in the postseason. He hasn't really been that great either. But tonight, again, hopefully Mariners fans are going to be really happy with this performance tonight. His best game as a Mariner since he's been traded there. So the ALCS, man, it's just turned into an absolutely fantastic series, man. I mean, you get a solo homer, then a grand slam. What more could you ask for? Just playoff drama in a 2-2 series. You get Cal Raleigh with solo homer. Clutch moment for him, man. He's had a good postseason, but the Eugenio Suarez, who really hasn't. Those 2 were clutch. This series, man, is just easily the best series of the postseason so far. It would just be fitting if it went 7, but it's hard not to root for the Mariners to get there for the first time. They refused to go quietly into that good night, and now they can try and close us out in 6 games. Brendan Little, man, out of that bullpen, he didn't have it. He wasn't good out there, man. And it's either a meatball or it's 13 feet outside the zone. It was going to be a ball or a meatball. I don't know, man. I just don't know why you go with Brendan Little in that spot right there. Little has shown nothing in this series. That would make you think he was the right choice to face those hitters. To face Cal Raleigh, to face him. Bring in Hoffman up by 5 last night, but not bring him up by 1 against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. That kind of didn't make any sense, I thought, from John Schneider. I think John Schneider's a good manager, but that didn't make sense to me in that spot. I don't know what the hell he was thinking there. Brendan Little in a 2-1 game? Are you serious, man? That's a terrible location on a 2-0 pitch to a guy who's slugged 3 homers? So, phenomenal, man. Though by Cal Raleigh. Brendan Little, yeah, just didn't have it out there. He's either a meatball or he was either meatball or throw out of the zone. But let's go over this stat sheet here. Great start from both these pitchers. Bryce Miller, let's go over Kevin Gausman first. 5.2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. He wasn't as good at his first outing, but I still thought he was good. Felt like a wasted effort by the Blue Jays. I thought Kevin Gausman did his job for 5.2 innings. He held him to 1 run, despite not having his best stuff. Still gave him a really good outing. He didn't bring his best stuff, but he done good enough. And the offense gave him a 2-1 lead. The offense was able to rally and score 2 runs, but putting Brendan Little there was terrible, man. And then Dominguez, he enters a terrible situation right there. But Kevin Gausman, I thought, brought maybe not his best stuff, but I thought he brought good stuff tonight. Bryce Miller, 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Bryce Miller. You got 4 good innings out of Bryce Miller. He escaped a bases loaded, no out jam, man. That was a huge moment as well. Bryce Miller pitched pretty good in Game 1, and in Game 5 when they needed him, he pitched well. Only gave up 1 run. Matt Brash, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Brendan Wu, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, no strikeout for Brendan Wu. Pitched for the first time in 28 days. Was a little bit shaky out there, given he hasn't pitched in 28 days. Then they bring in Gabe Spire, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And Andres Munoz. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. So pretty good job, I thought, by the Mariners bullpen. Much better than they've been the last 2 nights. Only gave up 3 hits and 1 run out of the final 5 innings. For the Blue Jays pen, Louis Varland, 1.1 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Brendan Little, 0.0 innings, 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts for him. He had a 6.08 ERA and a 1.88 WHIP over his last 21 appearances. I don't know why he was out there, man. Sure, you trust every single guy out there in your roster if you're a manager. That's not the spot to put him in. Dominguez, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, no walks, no strikeouts, gives up the grand slam. Let's go over these lineups for the Mariners. Julio Rodriguez, 0 for 4. Cal Rayleigh, 2 for 4 and RBI with a homer. Polanco, 0 for 3 and a walk. Naylor, 1 for 3 and a walk. Rosarena, 0 for 2 and a walk. Eugenio Suarez, 2 for 3, a walk, 5 RBIs with 2 homers. J.P. Crawford, 0 for 3 and a walk. Canzone, 0 for 4. And Rivas, 0 for 3 and a walk. For the Blue Jays, Springer, 1 for 3 and RBI. He went out after a hit by pitch on the, foot or ankle. We'll see how that impacts the Blue Jays, man, because they're down 3-2 and he might be hurt. We'll see, man. Luke's 1 for 3 and a walk. Guerrero Jr. 1 for 2, 2 walks. Kirk 1 for 3 and a walk. Varsho 0 for 4. Clement 1 for 4 and RBI. Barger 1 for 3. IKF 1 for 4. Jimenez 0 for 4 and pinch hitting. Straw 0 for 1. So let's go over the stats. Seattle 5 hits, 6 runs, no errors, 1 in the second, 5 in the eighth. Blue Jays had 7 hits, 2 runs, no errors, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. And Seattle now 3-2. Blue Jays 2-3. Seattle's a 3-2 lead going back to Toronto now for Game 6. So let's go over scoring summary. Bottom of the second, Eugenio Suarez homers. Top of the fifth, Springer doubles. Top of the sixth, Clement singles. Then the bottom of the eighth, Raleigh homers. And then Suarez hits a grand slam to give the Mariners a 6-2 win and give them a 3-2 lead in the American League Championship Series. 1 win away, man. One of the biggest, maybe the biggest home run in Mariners history by Eugenio Suarez. Multi-RBI games from Eugenio Suarez. Phenomenal, man. This is the closest they've ever been to a World Series, and I hope they make it to play my Dodgers, man, because I like the Mariners, and I would like to play them in the World Series. It would be a hell of a fun series. But yeah, man, 6-2 Mariners, and we'll see what they can do, man, in Game 6. So we'll see what the pitching matchup will be, but that's all I'll say. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Next time I'm out. Peace. Game 6 on Sunday, excuse me.